Hello, this is Crystal Racing here for the sprint race report for this year's 2021 British Grand Prix. The first ever sprint race in Formula 1 history, and Max Verstappen is your race winner. It is, of course, important to remind everyone that it is 3 points for the win, 2 points for second, and 1 point for the driver who finishes third in the Drivers' Championship. However, I am doing my usual Crystal Racing rankings, which is a mark out of 10, so here goes. 10 out of 10 for Max Verstappen, great start, won him the race, and of course, and got him pole position for tomorrow's race. Not much I can say really, and by getting in front, well, you wouldn't bet against someone like Max Verstappen winning this sort of race. Lewis Hamilton, 9.5 out of 10, lost it on the foot at the start, and even with Mercedes' superior straight line speed, a driver like Max Verstappen is not going to be overtaken easily. Valtteri Bottas, 8 out of 10. It's the same stuff. Like, he got off the line well, and just, conservative Valtteri at it again. 4th place, Charles Leclerc, 9 out of 10. Lando Norris, 8 out of 10. Lando took a bit of time to get past Alonso, I've got to say. As for Leclerc, he made an amazing start. And of course, will start 4th for tomorrow's race. 6th place, Daniel Ricciardo, 7 out of 10. Also took a long time to get past Alonso. And once again, he's been beaten by Norris. Lando is really owning Ricciardo in this teammate battle. 7th place, and my driver of the day, Fernando Alonso, 10 out of 10. Yes, I know people will complain about Fernando's weaving on the straight when he was defending against Norris, Ricciardo and Vettel. But the fact of the matter is, he pushed the rule book as far as he could without actually crossing the line. He didn't cause an accident. And when he's racing against the likes of Norris, Ricciardo, Vettel, who are all high caliber drivers, someone like Alonso is not going to get tangled up. Although, of course, we all know that with someone like Vettel, you have to be a little bit careful, which I think Alonso was, and he will start 7th for tomorrow's race. And, of course, with the race result, it means that Max Verstappen now increases his championship lead from 32 points to 33 points. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe to Crystal Racing, and comment down below. Now I will continue the video. Sebastian Vettel, 8 out of 10 at Aston Martin's home race here at Silverstone. Pretty bog standard race. Got jumped by Alonso and by the time he caught up, it was too late for him to be able to overtake, and frankly there was no point for him to make a big overtaking dive bomb for what was essentially a position where he would have got no points. And I have to say, this is a big flaw in the sprint race system. There are no points on offer below the top 3. So really, I mean, there's a good incentive to finish high up for a good grid position. If it's the last 2 or 3 laps, the last thing you want to do is bin your car and end up starting last, like a certain Red Bull driver will. And I will get onto him later on. 9th place, George Russell, 8 out of 10. The reason why I give it George 8 out of 10 is because he got tangled with Carlos Sainz on the first lap, and I actually believe that he should have got a penalty for that. For some reason, the stewards have given nothing, so once again, the FIA, what are you doing? Big question marks over you again, because last time out, I rated the FIA and Michael Massey and the stewards as the reject of the race last time out in Austria, because, yeah, Kimi Räikkönen usually would get the rejects of the race award at Austria under normal circumstances, but the penalties they gave out were just so laughable because they promoted Kimi above Latifi, despite the fact Kimi started a whole collision with Vettel. 10th place, Esteban Ocon, 8 out of 10. Overshadowed by Alonso's amazing start. I think Esteban Ocon dropped a few places and was forced to fight his way back. So, yeah, average performance once again. 11th place was Carlos Sainz, 8 out of 10. Unlucky to tangle with Russell at the start and meant that he dropped all the way down to 18th place, but fought extremely well to finish 11th. Actually, do you know what? I'll give Carlos Sainz 9 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10, actually, because that was a brilliant comeback. 12th place, Pierre Gasly, 6 out of 10. Average race, did nothing at all. 13th place, Kimi Raikkonen, 8 out of 10. Once again, his qualifying speed over one lap is abysmal, but thanks to the new sprint race, Kimi was able to make up for his awful qualifying, and he'll be starting 13th ahead of Giovinazzi, who will be starting 15th. Thank you, FIA, for this stupid idea, because, you know, every little helps for Kimi Raikkonen these days. 14th place, Lance Stroll, 6 out of 10. I've got to say it, but when you can take into consideration what a poor qualifying Lance Stroll is, you'd think something like this would come to Lance Stroll's advantage, especially when you consider how lightning fast he is off a starting grid. But today he actually dropped positions and ended up finishing down in 14th. A very miserable result, I have to say. 15th place, Antonio Giovinazzi, 7 out of 10. Dropped positions, made a couple of places back. Once again, Giovinazzi gets beat in a race situation by Kimi. It's pretty crystal clear, you know, Giovinazzi faster in qualifying, Kimi better on race pace. 16th place, Yuki Tsunoda, 5 out of 10. Dear. Once again, it is really one-sided in the AlphaTauri drivers' battle at this point. I'll wait until tomorrow to see how well Tsunoda does from 16th place on the grid. 17th place, Nicholas Latifi, 4 out of 10, miles off Russell's pace yet again. Why is this guy in Formula 1? Please, you don't need to mention the fact he obviously has a ridiculous amount of money. But then, of course, 18th place, Mick Schumacher, 7 out of 10. He's in a horse. He can't do any better. 19th place, Nikita Mazepin, 4 out of 10. Attempted to dive bomb Mick at the first at turn 2. And predictably, he spun his car around and finishes 19th and last of all the guys who saw the checkered flag. And last but not least, the only driver to finish 20th and a lap down because he parked up in the pit lane, Sergio Perez, my reject of the day. Really strange. I mean, he was up in 9th place behind the Alonso train, and then he got into someone's dirty air. Then he took a bit too much curb and spun the car around a Beckett's Maggots complex, and then dropped all the way to the back. Was running 18th when he retired because his tyres were so heavily flat spotted that he couldn't even overtake Latifi. And the team decided to retire him because it was a waste of time. And he'll be starting last. And yeah, he's really screwed. He's in a real pickle tomorrow, I've got to say, Perez. Really bad. So if you enjoyed this special sprint race review, do all the usual stuff here at Crystal Racing, and I'll see you again next time.